Ooga booga and welcome, ladies and gentle dicks, to the Borderline Hooligans podcast. With me today is Brady,
Present.
Sav,
Hola.
Brennan,
Hoy hoy.
and Aaron.
Howdy doody.
And I'm Alex. Did you like that intro? Was that a unique one? Is that good, or are you laughing about something else is stupid?
I don't know.
Booga booga. I just.
Ooga booga.
I've said ooga booga for my intro for
Oogly
a while
boogly.
now.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Great googly moogly.
What is that from? I can't remember.
It fits for
I don't remember who
that's what
says.
the where Perry's boss is.
Oh, yep.
Forget his name anymore.
I
That's
don't
what he says.
remember either, but
Great googly moogly.
know exactly who you're talking about. But I don't know his name.
Major Monogram.
You're right. That is
There we
totally
go.
correct.
Sav, do you want to start this podcast off with doing something special?
Oh, okay. So happy Valentine's Day, guys.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
happy Valentine's Day,
Well, we're
guys.
I
recording
couldn't
this.
forget about my other boyfriends, so
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I got you guys something.
It better
somebody
be fun
will.
dip.
Brennan,
Oh, that's so sweet. Looks like Finn.
exactly.
It
Brady
looks like Finn.
and Alex.
Well, I guess it has a cat on it. I could
It
tell.
does. Hell
Two
yeah.
cats.
You got us heart-shaped
You
boxes
actually
of
have
chocolate,
two cats. That's kind of
I know.
that works out perfect.
but neither of them look like my cats
Okay,
at all.
listen. I had
No, I'm not
select-
You
hating
can only
on
be
you.
so picky.
I'm not hating on you.
Dollar General can only provide so much, goddammit.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I was really hoping
Couldn't
for
leave my
fun dip.
boys alone. What did you just say?
When you said you got us something, I was really hoping for the fun dip that they bring around for Valentine's
Oh.
Day.
At school.
Yeah.
My
dip.
students got me these, but I hate Fun Dip. Here you guys go.
Fucking love fun dip.
I did not know that about you.
Yes, it is probably one of my favorite candies.
Really.
Do you need some help there?
And I mean,
I like using a knife to open it. I'm sorry.
What part's your favorite? The fun or the dip?
Damn it.
I could take that so many ways, but I know it would be so wrong.
I just like to open it, take that chalk stick out, and just throw the Fun Dip away.
And then chew on it.
I just like the stick.
I mean, it literally is just pure sugar with a little bit of flavoring. So
I don't know.
What
if-
is the flavoring though? Like,
There's different flavoring.
they use artificial
the, like-
flavoring.
Yeah.
do they?
Yes.
It's been so long since I've had fun
It
dip.
would
I
be
can't
like
remember.
it would be like
Like,
the
there's
stuff
watermelon.
that you put in, like a cotton candy machine.
This will sound
Okay,
weird
okay.
coming from a guy like me who, everybody calls germophobic. But I don't know if Brennan remembers this, but I distinctly remember, I don't know how old we were, barely remember this, but I remember distinctly me and you sharing the same stick from a fun dip. Like, and then your dad was like, why don't we not? Like,
I do not remember that. Thank goodness. Are you sure you didn't dream this?
no, that was definitely something that happened.
It was his wet dream from 2 weeks ago.
Brady had
And
a
it
tongue it out of
wasn't one
Brennan's
of the
ass.
sugar sticks that you guys were
No.
sharing.
Damn it.
Are you sure it wasn't the hentai porn?
Oh, jeez.
Except
Can't
it
even
was
tell a
a-
good story around here.
Brady would pour the powder on Brennan's dick and just
Oh,
right off his dick.
Ew.
He probably does this with his waifu body pillow.
no, he's the one with the waifu body pillow.
Yeah,
Catty
sure,
looking motherfucker.
whatever. I'm not even gonna fight it
You're
anymore.
the guy that's into hentai, Brady.
Dude, good thing you didn't what?
I said you're the guy that's into hentai.
Brady, did we offend your waifu?
Ooh,
Whatever.
Oh God, get me out.
Oh, we just started. You have to stay. Or captive.
We already had our I'm uncomfy moment of the day.
There'll be plenty more, don't you fucking worry.
Oddly
Mom,
enough,
come pick me up. I'm scared.
it's not the record either. We have hit the
It's
mark
not.
way earlier.
I'm sure we have.
I'm pretty sure I've hit it in the intro before.
Yeah.
It is not hard for me to hit it with Sav. Not
That
even-
sounds sus.
That taking out of context, yeah. You did just
Damn
get
it.
me a Valentine's Day gift.
And
She can't even take herself seriously.
No, she can't.
Be grateful. That's more than what I got today. God damn it.
On the
Damn.
Valentine's Day where you should get something.
No, I got candy too. Don't you worry.
So while we're
It's
on,
just a different kind of candy.
Oof.
So, like-
Wink.
while we're on Valentine's Day, I think it's an overrated holiday myself.
Oh, I
Same.
agree.
Yes,
You don't know how much I
100%.
paid for flowers today?
Which you shouldn't have. That's
30
stupid.
fucking dollars.
Damn.
No.
I'm really glad that you two agreed with that because that could go a different way where they just look at Brennan and go, of course you guys would think this is an overrated holiday.
No,
But
it,
it is,
I
though.
agree.
I
it
agree,
is
though.
100% overrated.
I straight up told Aaron, I was like, get me some chocolate. I'll be okay.
Yeah.
That's it. And I said, maybe a squishmallow or flowers.
And you chose flowers over Squishmallow? What the fuck's wrong with
She
you?
has
That's
so many
fine.
fucking squish. I don't know which one she already has, dude.
That's fair.
She has like $500 in squish, if not more.
Hey,
How expensive are these? I don't.
It
It
ranges.
depends.
Probably like 10 to
You need to write a
50
list of the
bucks,
ones
depending on what you get.
She doesn't
It's
have.
like from the ones I have, $5 to $25.
That's not terrible.
Just depends on how big you need.
I could stomach that. That's-
Exactly,
That's
right?
not like.
I
expected
bet
worse.
you
It's
can
cheaper
stomach
than
a
the
lot of big
flowers that
things,
he
big
bought.
guy.
Damn it.
Cheaper than the flowers that you bought.
What's that?
They're
Cheaper-
cheaper than the flowers you bought.
And
Yeah,
and the
like
Squishmallow would
you
have
said,
lasted
for
forever.
no fucking reason.
I agree. Like Dollar General had what for $3.50 a bundle of flowers. Go
Yeah.
to Walmart. They're like $7.
Where'd you get like? Was this some kind of fancy place or
Just the grocery mart that way.
really?
oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that's like 3 stores all in a line
Okay.
of the towns over there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I know where you're
Gotcha.
at.
Yeah, I went to the first one, didn't have any, so I went to the next one, and literally it was like the only flowers they had left.
No flowers on Valentine's Day. What a surprise!
It's almost as if a bunch of boyfriends and husbands forgot to get flowers up until
I didn't
that
forget,
day.
God damn it! I just plan on getting it after work anyways.
Flowers are kind of iffy
Niche.
there.
They don't
you don't wanna
last
buy
very
those
long.
ahead
Yeah,
of
you don't want to
time.
buy them too early.
Oh shit! I bought them a week in advance. Now they're dead.
Yeah.
I mean,
And how is he supposed to hide flowers from me?
I don't know. I've been hiding things all over the place for years, so imagine if someone lived here, I could still hide things from them. It
But
would not be hard.
flowers.
Flowers would
Where
not be
you
hard.
need to have water.
Would not be hard.
Vase,
Mm.
Light.
The number one thing to need to know is their habits and where they go. 'Cause I'm sure.
is there a fucking body in this house that you're hiding
That's
from us
what
now?
I'm thinking, dude.
No, I hide my bodies in the woods and cornfields. You should know this by now. When I tried to help you hide Brady and he came back.
Oh,
I was really
Excuse me?
hoping he would have stayed.
Same, but he came back, and I'm sorry. We should have buried him deeper or put some rocks on the coffin or something, but it didn't happen that way.
Put some rocks in the coffin.
Let's get the concrete truck out here. Yep,
Yep.
just in the hole.
Concrete truck might be a little too suspicious. Maybe a couple of bags of Quickcrete.
These usually come with receipts.
That
Oh.
too.
Yeah, but I could pay cash.
I can pay.
For a cement truck, that's a few $100. Quickcrete, maybe $100.
Not even, dude. A
Yeah.
bag of Quick is like $4.
Oh shit!
I was
That's
gonna
an
say,
80, that's an
Quick Trip doesn't cost
80-pound
much.
bag you're talking
So
to.
$300 minimum, or $10.
Or just get a bag of lime and spread the evidence all around.
Well,
Bury a
yeah, but
bone
the
here,
whole
a
point
bone
is
there.
to keep him in the box,
Oh,
What's in the
not
box?
to hide the evidence.
what's
The
in
evidence
the
is already getting hidden.
box?
I'm with Alex. I wish Brady was dead still.
Oh, jeez.
I told you, we'll do better next time. Don't worry.
listen, he's finally coming out to trivia with us. Let him be.
I know, but this was before then. You gotta
This
take
is
that
before
into
then.
account. You gotta take that into account.
I'm just happy he's
You gotta
there.
learn to listen.
You
gotta
gotta learn to
learn to
listen,
listen.
The way you
Lou.
said that reminded me of that.
Gee, I think there was a body in there.
But then he said yard clippings.
I thought so too. And then he said the yard trimmings. You gotta learn to listen, Lou.
I opened
I
my
fucking love
yard
that scene.
clippings. The car compactor.
I don't know what you guys are talking
It's a
The
about.
Simpsons
thing.
movie.
When that was a question at trivia, instantly I knew it was like, I don't even have to say anything. You guys got it.
I still think the best trivia question we got was the one with the quotes, and we're on a mission from
God.
yes.
No, I think the best one's got to be the
Nope.
Peacock one.
Yeah, that was
I
pretty
gotta
good.
say
It literally
the
lines
best
up.
one was the Hardy song that me and Aaron got in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, that too.
Hasn't that happened more than once?
No.
No, he's only played one Hardy song.
It's with
I
different
don't know why I
artists.
thought that was a different.
Like
No, like
He's
they
played
did.
Wallen.
They did Wallin a
he's
few
played
times.
different artists that they've got.
Then there's
real quick.
Lainey Wilson.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Laney Wilson. That was a quick one.
I think I remember that.
I think that one was 3 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeesh.
But we suck at trivia in general.
Yeah, we
Yep.
really do.
It kind of depends. Sometimes we're good, sometimes we're not.
In general,
In
We
general,
lose
it's more
more often
bad.
than we win.
Yeah.
Oh,
Our
It's not
rate
always the
from
same team
either
that wins.
second or first place compared to anything else.
Yeah, we
Like
got-
our last places, I feel like are getting up there.
yeah,
We got third place the other night, so
Yeah,
yeah. But if you're not first, you're last.
exactly.
We got to win that pitcher
Says
of
you.
beer. We got to win that pitcher of beer, that pizza, and those pickle chips. I mean, come on, Brady. You know how this
we
works.
did win the pitcher of beer.
we won't
Yeah.
pitch around
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row. We
Gotta
did
keep the
do
streak
that.
alive.
We got to keep that alive.
thanks to the hat of the month guy over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hat
Oh,
of the
thank you.
month.
Maybe
Fun
next
fact:
time.
Brennan used to do hat of the month for his school newspaper. Imagine
Yeah.
what a fucking dork.
Well, it didn't start as that. It didn't start as that.
But it ended as
It just
that.
became so much more.
See, our school newspaper used to have 5 kids in it, so like finding stories to write was not hard. But when you have 15 kids and you each have to write 3 stories?
Yeah.
It's really hard to find stories to write, so you start making shit up.
So then once I wrote, 'cause I think the first one, because someone wanted me to write an article about bucket hats for some reason. I don't know why. They were kind of I think I had a cult following at our school for some reason. Everyone wore bucket hats. Like, hey, why don't you write about bucket hats? Okay. And then our teacher for journalism said, why don't you just make this like a monthly thing where you write about hats every month? Okay. So then I wrote about hats for like the rest of my time on the newspaper.
We had a section in the
2 years.
newspaper that was like car of the month, truck of the month, van of the month, motorcycle of the month, and then we have hat of the month. Like,
Yeah.
we ran out of shit to talk about.
Didn't we have a senior of the month at one point too?
No.
But then, like, a lot of these, it depends on who wrote them. Not a lot of them were taken seriously. Like, car of the month, I always picked the junkiest car I could.
Truck of the month, you did the opposite though.
Yeah, truck of the month was serious, car of the month was a joke.
My favorite one.
And why was my car never picked, you piece of shit?
I only wrote it like 4 times.
Oh,
So,
okay.
He didn't always write it. He wanted to.
But then,
Then
you don't
all
always
those
get to
got
pick which one
stolen
to
away.
write. I have to look back and see who I all did. I know one of them was a Subaru Outback.
One of my favorite ones though for like the truck of the month was when our principal and one of the teachers got in like a feud over this whole thing.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
because they both drove trucks, and one time I think it was the teacher's truck that got picked first. And the principal was like, well, why didn't my truck get picked? So then he had it the next month. And then there was like a great big article a couple months later, like documenting the whole feud.
Who was better?
What on earth is going on over here?
Nothing.
I just won in a flip off. Okay.
Oh,
In a flip off.
Sounds like we're doing backflips or some
a
shit.
flip off.
I think anybody in our audience that remotely knows us or has
Hey,
listened to
Alex,
this of our
shut the fuck up.
Sav, I will mute your fucking mic.
Moot.
Oi,
Moik.
oi.
Oh, you little fucking cunt! I'll mute your fucking mic, bloody hell!
What did you just call me?
Oh, you fucking cunt, you cunt!
Bloody hell.
You can take his
I hope-
headphone wire and just fucking, give him the
Yeah,
1-2
strangle
biz
him
to
with it.
strangle his ass.
Just
Make it so I don't have to get up at 2 a.m. Go ahead.
Damn.
We could do this
All
again.
right, if you insist, Brady, you want to help me hide the body?
Hey, you're not allowed to use
Tomato
my
micro?
spot because my spot
Why are you
apparently
looking
is.
at me?
Oh, okay.
Well, that just proves it. Alex doesn't want to fucking live anymore.
We did it at
It's
the
not
bowling
that I-
alley the other night, too.
It's not that I don't want to live or I don't want to die. I'm like at the in between of,
Just wish he could retire.
yeah,
Just wish I could retire.
Some people call that apathy.
apathy.
Apathy is a good word for that. Where you just don't care.
I mean, I die tomorrow. I die tomorrow. If I live another day, I live another day. I need to stop playing with this.
Yeah, no
you and I are
shit.
not the same.
I'd rather live another day, but
Well, I don't want to live.
Yeah,
to
I'd rather be
old.
dead.
Aaron, do
That's
we
a
have
joke.
to have a talk? Okay.
It's a
for
joke.
legal reasons, that's a joke.
It's a joke.
Uh-oh. You struck a nerve with somebody over there.
He don't want to marry me.
All right, you gotta get married first, then you can die.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so she can
honest-
get all my shit.
She gets everything.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
No, but
well.
She used to have plans of killing me so she could have all my shit.
Okay, that's a little excessive.
Doesn't
you guys
every
had
girl
plans for
dream of that,
when I
right?
got my house. You're asking which of you is going to end up with the house if I died,
Yeah.
and they start joking about it
Yeah.
a little too much.
A little too much.
No, general question for the room that I have: how many of you actually want to live to be old, like 70s or 80s?
Why wouldn't you?
For show.
I mean,
I want to be old enough where people yell at me for trying to help out. Like I try to take out the trash and someone be like, "Sit the fuck down! You're gonna break a hip."
I don't want to be that
To be
old.
honest,
That
you don't
sounds
have
miserable.
to be that old to get to that point.
No, you just got to be worn
I just
out.
I just said I want to just live to be old enough to experience that.
No, I would not want to be that broken down and old.
get off my lawn, kiddies.
Kidding,
I don't
it
get to
sounds like
tell
you're yelling at
Nom stories
children.
when I'm older, so help me.
What war are you going to fight in?
You never know.
World War III is right on the round the corner.
I mean, Russia's invading Ukraine for the past, 6 months to a year now?
It's a year.
A year. And
Probably a
we
year.
got at least one spy balloon from China, and they haven't confirmed what the other object
It's like
was.
4 now.
Yeah, there's
It's
four.
like 4 now.
It is.
We got those
2 trains that blew up.
trains.
3.
There was one
3?
in Texas, yeah.
I thought there was
One of
one
them in
on the
Ohio.
other side of Ohio. There was near Cleveland, right?
East
No,
Palestine.
Palestine, yeah,
that's what
it's
it's
in
called.
or close to
I
Columbus.
thought the one in Texas it was a semi truck stopped in front of the tracks or something.
I have no idea. I just heard another one.
It's a
Yeah.
lot of fishy stuff going on. Look at
That's
you,
a
Bill
load
Gates.
of barnacles.
Looking at you, Bill Gates. You're going to blame this all on Bill Gates?
He's a part of it.
Okay.
He's not part of the solution, I can tell you
He's
that.
not.
Him and Zuckerfuck.
Zuckerfuck.
Gotta blame Bill Gates.
All
I'm
right.
very gassy. I'm sorry.
Are you, though? Are you really?
Gassy? Yeah.
Sorry? No.
Gassy, yes.
I see how it is. Your fiance has to be honest for you.
I wasn't not honest.
Well, she said the truth, I believe.
I did.
She said that she was gassy.
And then she says she was sorry. And then you clarified that she wasn't actually sorry.
Sorry.
Well, you asked yes. Or
Sorry.
never
Sorry.
mind. Okay.
Yeah.
So Aaron,
I was gonna say Aaron had quite
You
an
had a-
experience.
yeah, what was your
Experience.
experience?
Just a dream.
Exactly.
So, so much of
What?
an experience. I'm like,
Hey, when you have a dream, it's a big deal.
Did I
For you.
die?
Are you
What?
kidding me
Did
right
I
now?
murder her?
Did I die?
Hey, at least you
No.
weren't the type of girl to be like, were you with someone else? Better not be dreaming about her.
Oh, God.
no, but you were in the dream.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
She was the only one in this room that was in the dream. It was actually
Fuck
her
you.
and her family.
What?
Because, okay, this is going to sound like the most kick-ass mass ever.
Okay.
It was a wedding mass, and
Was it yours?
not my wedding.
Oh.
I was in the wedding party.
Oh.
I don't know who was getting married. Just hear me out, okay? So, I'm sitting there in mass, and then I look to my right, and I see your mom, Sav's mom, going to a bar that's connected to the church
What?
and getting a cocktail in the middle of mass.
Hey, somebody's got to, right?
That's my kind of
Sounds
bar.
like a
And so-
church I could
I'm like-
go to.
I'm like, I figured like she would be the one to like, not do this during mass, but I'm like, she's doing it. I'm going to go do it. I go up, I get my Captain and Coke per usual, and I get back, and then, your brother told me that they were selling weed at the bar, and for some reason I was like, yeah, that sounds like a good time.
Oh, yeah, let's go do that.
Oh
And
my
so-
God.
This sounds like my kind of church. Where do I sign up?
I don't know. I wish
Maybe
I
this
knew
is
where
your
it was.
wedding.
Maybe this is my wedding.
I never saw you there, so I don't know.
You're dreaming about Alex's wedding.
But
Weed and beer and cocktails
But
at the
so-
mass.
I go up and like they sell like the dab pen cartridges or whatever. I think I got like a caramel cookie swirl
The
thing.
fact that he remembers that,
The
but not who got
flavor.
married.
I'm telling you,
Dog,
I actually
what?
remember this dream.
That's the weird thing about dreams. The weird things that get left out.
Yeah.
And so I take it, I go back to my seat, and I get higher than a fucking kite. And I've never been high before, and I don't know what it feels like. I don't even know what it feels like. You know how I knew I was high? Because I couldn't move my fucking body.
Sleep paralysis.
Like I was literally just like zoned out, looking up a little bit, and I'm like, I can't move any of my bones right now.
The fact they said bones and not muscles.
Bones.
And that's what you thought in the dream, too,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes, exactly what I fucking thought.
I can't move my bones right now.
And so I'm just sitting there, and then all of a sudden I remembered, shit, I'm the best man.
Oh fuck!
I don't have a speech prepared, and I can't move.
I just imagine
Why
you.
is this my family?
Was this one of those dreams that felt super realistic?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I can just imagine the way you're feeling right now.
I'm like,
He's crying.
I'm like, and so like I'm literally just sitting there, zoned out of my mind, can't move. And I'm just thinking, like, fuck, what do I say? What do I say? What do I say?
Hence the paranoia sets in.
And then I think it was my time to go up and give the speech.
I like how this was in mass that he's going to go give his speech.
Yeah, like for some reason the reception was in the mass at the same time. So like after mass was done, like the reception just immediately started.
2 times as fast. Let's do it.
They were just trying to get it done and get the fuck out of there, I guess.
God damn.
I just remember, I'm like, they're like looking for me, and I'm just sitting there like, guys, I'm over here. And like no one could hear me because I was like in the way back for some reason.
And you probably weren't actually shouting. You were probably literally going, guys, I'm over
Guys.
here.
That's exactly what I was doing.
You're the best man, but you're sitting in the back.
Yeah.
In the bed.
You're not up at the table either when it comes to the reception. It's still all set up as an altar and everything, and
Yeah.
everyone's just partying around it.
Yeah.
Imagine.
We couldn't afford the hall, so we kind of.
Just rented out the church.
We were
Had
at
to
the church.
improvise.
And that was it. That was the end of my dream. I woke up right after that. I think that was probably my favorite dream I've had in a long time.
Which isn't that long of a list.
No, there's like 5.
We need to go on like a crusade to give you dreams. Like
Crusade.
I'll just start taking psychedelic drugs before I go to bed.
there it is.
Actually, weed does that.
Does it now?
Yeah.
Of
It's
course
not a
you'd be an
psychedelic.
advocate.
He goes, hmm.
No, it's
Interesting.
not a psychedelic, but it actually reactivates the chemical in your brain that helps you have dreams and actually remember them.
Or maybe I actually have a reason to try this weed that you talk of.
I'm the type of guy who likes to be able to move my bones, though, so I'm good.
That's
Move
only
my
when you get
bones. I love that line.
Boned.
I
Like,
can't move my bones.
I want to experience not being able to move my bones.
I can't move my
you want to
bones.
experience that? Okay, you're smoking a bowl right now. Let's go.
Where do we need to start then? Like what?
We'll do this right here. Sorry, audience, if it seemed a little abrupt right there. We kind of had a software malfunction, and so we had to restart the recording, and we'll continue on from here. I believe Sav actually has a story that she would like to tell us.
We are also hiring editors for jack shit per hour, so if you'd like to get a job,
Internship.
internship,
Internship.
Unpaid
Unpaid
intern.
internship.
Unpaid.
you can get a crisp high five now and then.
Maybe chocolate. I mean,
Crisp
I
pie.
did get
And,
them chocolate.
Just so you guys all know, you need to have your own equipment.
and house maybe. That'd be cool too. If you got a
And
house.
internet signal, or like a really good one.
In a room
preferably.
we can record in.
Yeah, that too.
A studio.
Yeah,
If you will.
it needs to be sound resistant or soundproof and have actual good acoustics and all this sort of stuff.
Gotta
And
be-
preferably bigger than the one we have now. Preferably,
I mean, hey, if we want to move this to the house that I'm buying,
I know
The-
we talked about
the
that.
whole
We can talk that.
upstairs is bigger than this room.
We can talk. We can do that. I'm not upset
I
about
think that
that.
would be a great idea.
The only thing is that
Of course
I'm
you
not.
would.
I'm
You'd
not
have to
willing
leave
to
your
move
house.
that computer, and that is it.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Would
Other
you
than
really
that,
want us being at your house that often?
Yeah, because then I can go in my bed and sleep whenever. I don't have to wait for him.
This way she can go to bed early and we can continue to hang out and get drunk with Aaron.
Yeah, actually.
And then we can
Yeah,
all
or
crash at
I
their
can-
place.
Or I can drink with you guys and still sleep in my own bed.
That too. By the way, your couch is probably going to become my second bed if
Hey,
that happens.
that's okay.
I'll bring a sleeping bag.
I have plenty of
Just
blankets.
bring that green blanket that you've had that's mine forever.
Oh, I like that here. You left that at my house in like 2016. You have no right to it
I
anymore.
don't think I even left it at your house. I'm pretty sure I left it at a party.
No, you left it at my parents' house.
Was it?
Yes, it was literally when we were hanging out all the time and you were spending almost every weekend either at my house or at Shorty's. Like if my parents weren't home, we were basically at my house.
That's fair. Yeah, you're probably right.
And you left it at my house. And I remember asking you a few times if you wanted it back. And you're like, no, I'll just use it at your house again. And when you started saying that, we just never went back to my house again for
That's
some reason.
seems about right.
Jeez.
I do remember looking for that thing like 6 months later down the road. I'm like,
Where is
where
it?
the fuck is this?
You left it at my house.
So anyway, Saf had a story.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Please.
we were on the topic of dreams, and then, like, I started thinking of nightmares.
Oh.
Nightmare.
This was like a nightmare come to life.
Oh.
Okay. My parents were out of town and like nobody was home. It was the weekend of prom, but for 2 grades below Aaron and Brennan. Okay.
Okay.
And I told Aaron not to come to my house because he was driving people home from prom. And
This is so
a nightmare.
just
like,
No, you just gotta
freaking
listen, man.
wait.
all right.
So I am in my bed, peacefully sleeping, okay? Just having a great time in my bed, but all alone in my big house, okay?
Your house isn't that big, but sure.
It is when it's only me.
Okay, when you're by yourself, yes.
Thank you. Someone died in that house too. Anyway, not.
That's a weird
nice little
aside, but
tidbit to
all
just
right.
gloss over.
Anyway,
Yeah, we're just gonna graze over that like nothing happened.
anyway.
Anywho.
So
Any whore?
I
Anywho.
was awoken from my sleep because I thought I heard a noise in my bedroom. I opened my eyes and there is just a big black shadow of a man standing on like the foot of my bed. And I was freaking the fuck out. It was what, 4 a.m.?
No, it was 6:30.
6:30 in the goddamn morning. And this man he broke into my house.
I told you I'd be back
Scared
if I
the
could.
living fuck out of me. Like my whole body was like shaking.
Because you couldn't tell who it was.
Yes, it just looked like a shadow. And oh my god.
Did you like say anything to him, or did you just kind of sit there in fear?
Like my whole body was like shaking. And he's like, it's just me. I said, I don't care. And I started bawling.
Way to go, you douchebag.
Hey, I would have been there a lot sooner, but
Douchewag.
here's what happened, all right?
His side
That
of
was the night
story.
we were at Cam's
Oh,
apartment.
no, I remember the night.
Okay,
Somewhat.
and then
I remember I was there.
do you remember throwing up in the back of my truck?
In a garbage bag.
But you left the garbage bag in my truck. You prick.
That's minor
I don't remember
details.
it. That's what I'm saying. I don't remember that. I remember being at Cam's. I don't remember that.
Anyway, I had to drop you and someone else off. And then I got a text from my other buddies, and they're like, hey, we're at this guy's house. Can you come pick us up? I'm like, sure. And then my other friend that was at Cam's apartment, he originally said he was going to stay because there was a guy out of town there that he wanted to catch up with. I pick up the guys, I go to my house, and my buddy calls me. He's like, hey, can you come pick me up? I don't want to stay here anymore. I'm like, motherfucker, dude. At this point, it's 3:00 in the morning, okay? And it started getting really foggy out that night, too.
Of course.
And so it took me like 45 minutes to get there. and then 45 minutes to go back. I dropped my buddy off at my house, tucked him into my bed, and then I left to go to Savannah's house. At that
He
point,
just wanted a bed to sleep in.
I mean, he
point.
was fucking hammered.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't awake the entire way back. He was passed out in the back of my truck.
Ooh, I have a story about that. I wasn't actually asleep, but the people in the front of the car thought I was asleep. This was back when we actually partied at my uncle's farm.
Yeah.
It was literally, I think it was the weekend after that. You guys all remember Glitter Dick? Him and his girlfriend were going to
Triple
try.
tit.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
No, I don't.
yeah. You haven't met him, and
You don't need to.
yeah,
You know her,
you know her.
probably.
We'll tell you afterwards.
You can write the name on the sheet and show it
Or
to her.
Yeah.
text me.
Let's just do that. You don't have to worry about that. Good push.
Yeah.
Okay.
So continuing on, they thought that I was passed out in the back seat because we all went to a party and I was drinking and I was like, I'm just done. Like I want to go home. And it wasn't that I was drunk. I'm not gonna say I wasn't, but I know you guys have seen me a couple times. Like I just get socially drained and I'm just done. I want to be by myself. I want to go home. I want to go to bed.
Alex and I are the same when we're drunk.
Yes, but I get that way sober too. It's not just when I'm drunk, but so they were driving me home and they pulled off to the side of the road. And they had a little fun in the front seat. And I just didn't know what to say, so I didn't say anything.
It was,
That's
it was
messed
in
up.
your van, wasn't it?
No, it was in his car.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's not so bad.
No, he
No, it is. It
It's
is.
still pretty bad,
It
but
is pretty bad.
not as bad.
I don't know exactly what they did. I know the car was shaking, and I just decided to ignore it because I did not want to, one, be a cock block, two, deal with that with two naked people, potentially. I didn't even know because I was laying in the back seat. But I remember bringing that up to them later, and they're like, no, we didn't. No, we didn't. And it was like, the car was rocking. You guys were whispering. And I was wide awake as soon as the car started rocking. Like I was maybe like half asleep before then, before the car pulled over. But once the car pulled over, I got a little curious, woke up a little bit, and then the car started shaking, and I knew what was going on. I'm not an idiot.
Hey guys, you got room
Those
for
two
one more?
fucked like jackrabbits.
Yeah, they
Oh
did.
yeah, they did.
I think he said that their record was like 37 times in 1 week.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they went nuts. I know there was a couple of times where they fondled each other in the backseat of my van, but anytime I caught them doing anything, I basically pulled over and threatened to kick them out because looked like they were about to have sex in the back of my van, and I was not having it. I know a couple times they did sneak into my van when it was parked to do it.
No.
Yeah,
The look on Sav's face right now.
Yeah, when I
Yeah.
say like jackrabbits.
like jackrabbits.
Like jackrabbits.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing that they did not have a kid, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. 'Cause we all knew he wasn't wearing a condom every single fucking time. Are you shitting me?
No, and they had one scare, and he's like, I want to double tap it. And then he never bought condoms, and I know he said, hey, you guys got to raw dog it and pull it out sometimes after that. So,
This pullout game was immaculate.
yeah,
Oh, that game was immaculate.
that or he just got excessively lucky.
That's also possible.
Yeah, her.
No, the guy.
Not that guy.
Not
No.
that guy.
Not that guy.
Different one.
This has been years ago now.
Yeah, this would have been
They
like,
dated for like 3 or 4 months.
I think it was a little longer than that.
Was
It
it?
wasn't much longer, but it was a little longer than that. And then after that, they
I
were
feel
on
like
and off.
it felt like summer they dated, and then
They dated, I know they dated at least through Christmas.
they
Yeah. Because I remember I was still hanging out pretty heavily with him
gotcha.
up at that point. And I know that we went to, at Christmas, like after Christmas, they were kind of like in a rough patch and kind of on and off sort
Yeah.
of thing.
I think I remember that now.
Yeah.
Why is her nickname that?
Because she
What?
has 3
That's not
nipples.
her nickname.
Oh.
That's not her nickname.
Well, you said one. You said her nickname.
Triple tit.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
why?
Take a
Because
guess
that's-
why.
I don't know.
Because she actually has 3.
Yeah.
Not like full on like
No.
No.
boobs, but
Nipples.
the nipples.
Really?
3 nipples.
Yeah, she has 3 nipples. One of them is kind of like just an off growth of one of the other ones.
Why? Oh, did she just go around and tell
No,
everyone
he
that?
told all of us this, and she got pissed at him.
Well, yeah,
And
of
I've
course.
seen it a couple
Rightfully
times too,
so.
because they tried fondling each other in the backseat of my van when I was
And you
driving.
were, wide awake while they did it in the front seat of their car. So
I didn't peek then. I was not watching that.
That Ford Taurus would have been so nasty to fuck in. Oh my god.
What?
Hey guys, you got
Especially
room
after
for-
we glitter bombed that thing.
How many times?
Yeah.
hey guys, you got room for one more?
Yeah, no thanks.
I'm stalking her on Facebook.
I don't
I-
think
Somebody
she
look up a
has
picture of
any
him.
pictures with him on her Facebook or
that
Instagram
would've been-
anymore.
That would have been like 2016.
That would have
Yeah,
been like
looking at.
2016.
Yeah, long time.
Long time ago.
Like- 7 years ago, Sav.
Hey, I'm already on 2017. That's
Whatever.
one.
Yes.
I found it.
Maybe. I'm surprised she still has that up.
Looks so young. Here, let me see that again.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, she tagged him. I can go stalk his profile too.
I didn't even look at that. Yeah.
Remind me never to piss Sav off.
Well, he's now engaged to someone else. So.
Yeah.
Right, he is.
He is.
Hey,
And
I think she might be too, actually.
what?
She might be too.
Yeah, they're both engaged.
Right, that's what I thought.
To somebody else.
What are you?
Speaking of the devil,
Oh no. Wait,
he
who?
liked my post on Facebook 13 minutes ago.
For which one? Like your
Oh wait,
engaged?
My
guy
happy
we were-
Valentine's.
Oh, that's just because you probably tagged Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just because we were talking about like it's the first thing
That's
that
weird.
popped up.
13 minutes ago.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny though.
Oh.
You don't even know who the guy is.
I
Just
know.
find out who he is.
You do now.
Do you know? I'm gonna go stalk him.
Yeah, you
This is
can
why
do
I'm
that.
glad I have literally like nothing on my Facebook. Go stalk my Facebook right now. Tell me what's on it.
No, you really have nothing on it.
Me
I
too.
I tried.
My
I have-
Instagram?
I stalked every single one of you guys.
Yeah.
My
The best
Instagram.
pictures I have are
Nothing.
the ones I've taken of you.
Yeah. Nope. I don't do anything with Instagram or Facebook.
There's
personally.
no visual of my face on my Instagram. The only visual of my face on Facebook is my profile picture, which is me when I was like 13.
I know. You need to update all
I
y'all.
use Facebook. The only time
Why
I use Facebook, one time a year when everybody wishes me happy birthday.
I use it for Marketplace though. Great fucking thing.
Oh, I
to
do
put
use
up
that
at
a lot. Never mind.
Facebook.
But like if I'm trying to be like, oh, this is my friend Alex
You got
or
pictures
Brennan
of me.
or Brady.
You got pictures of me.
Here's the thing: you try to use Marketplace, but Brady looks 13. They're gonna be like, "I can't sell you this."
sell you
That's a
this,
good
man.
You're a
point.
fucking kid.
That's a good point.
At least mine's updated from when I went out to eat with a buddy that we ran into at the swap
Y'all
meet.
should see Brennan's hair on his Facebook profile picture.
I'm probably pretty
Oh.
sure I've seen it before.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I stalked you guys.
I'm telling you, there's not a whole lot of pictures of me that really
In
exist.
all fairness,
Obviously, you didn't stalk me hard enough because you probably still don't know the name of my YouTube channel.
No, but I mean,
do.
I don't care that much.
in all fairness, for my picture, I was wearing a hat, so I slick my hair whenever I wear a hat.
Wait, hold on. Let me go stalk you again.
Jesus Christ.
If you actually pay attention to when I wear a hat, I get my hair.
Just for that, I'm gonna go in and change my Facebook picture for the first time since I started my Facebook page.
Mine definitely
I'm
looks
sorry.
like I made it
I had
like
to
a
laugh at that.
17-year-old, and I did.
It's also like a zoomed in picture because my cousin took it and
I
he
seen
was
that.
in it. I'm
I could
like,
see it was a little kind of staticky.
I'm like, sorry, I don't want you in this. I'm just gonna zoom in.
Hey,
I
I know
mean-
Brennan's birthday now.
What's that?
I know your birthday.
Well, they sang me happy birthday on the podcast, so
Yeah, we did.
it's not that hard to figure it out if there's any
Wait,
listener
is
here that
this
wants to
wrong,
find it out.
Ray?
Huh?
Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't remember your birthday. That
Oh,
was
huh.
like forever ago.
Nope. My actual post on Facebook was when I sold my grandpa's boat, and probably when I tried to sell my dirt bike, and that is probably it.
My
Other
pic-
than that, it's all tags.
I took a picture with El Toro Loco and was proud of that shit, so I put it on Facebook.
This is. How is that an updated photo?
You also gotta understand, Sav.
How is this an updated photo?
No, I never said it was an updated
Sheesh.
photo. I said it makes it look like I made my Facebook profile when I was 17.
Hmm.
More updated than his. Now it's
Listen
not.
here, asshole. I'm not done yet.
Brady's still working on it.
uh,
Oh, I didn't know. That's awkward.
what? Who'd you find out tagged me in something, and now you know, and that knows me?
Well, with your friend that we saw at the bowling alley.
Yeah, her fiance, or I guess
Yeah,
husband.
you were in that wedding, right?
Yeah.
Who did you walk with? Was it triple nipple?
No,
No.
no.
I just
I
saw
walked
it.
with her cousin.
Triple nipple. It's triple tip, but yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, to be honest, that one rolls off the tongue better, but
It
I
sounds
don't-
much better, actually.
No, I walked with her cousin. Because at the time, I was trying to get with her cousin, and she was trying to set me up with her cousin. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Are you just laughing at the tags I'm in or something? Or
uh-oh.
which picture did you find? Was it something my mom posted?
No.
Part of the wedding party photos? Oh, yeah, that?
The stance. He looks like he's trying to
No,
act natural.
no, literally, we were standing there talking, and the same friend we were just talking about and ran into on Saturday at the bowling alley, her mom literally shouts from across the street both of our names, and we turned to look, and literally that's when she snapped that photo.
I
It wasn't
swear-
even a post.
I swear in that
Literally, I was standing like that talking to him.
that photo looks like somebody told you to act natural, and you went. Lean.
Yeah, for real.
Hey.
No, I was literally standing there talking to him like that, and she shouted our names from across the street, and we turned and looked at her, and she took that picture.
Nice.
That is literally how it went. I know it looks awkward. I get it. I was standing there awkwardly.
I have so few pictures to choose from when it comes to my profile picture because I take absolutely no pictures of myself.
Oh, yeah, I want to explain this to you, Sav. Guys think so much different when it comes to that sort of shit unless they're a pretty boy.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck about my Instagram.
The last time I took a photo of my face was when me and Aaron got engaged.
Yeah.
Like, I don't take
That
that.
hasn't been that
No,
long
but
ago.
you also care about your Facebook and Instagram profiles because it's part of your look. I don't give a shit how I look.
My look.
Never mind.
Bitch.
I don't know how to explain that better. I need to. Anywho,
Any whore?
Any whore?
Don't take my saying, you fuck.
you were so happy when we were using
Yeah,
it last
that
time.
was
So
true.
I know.
Shut up.
I know. Oh, that was rude.
How many times this episode did she tell me to shut up?
Fuck off.
Damn.
Damn. I see how it is.
I got you chocolate.
Yeah, you did.
Be
Chocolate!
grateful.
Chocolate!
We thought the same thing. That's awesome.
So,
Any whore.
Brennan.
Yeah, it's time to move on. It is, ladies and gents, another edition of BGT JFF. This is one that Brady in particular has been looking forward to for a bit.
Oh, yes, my favorite.
So, what I have here,
Brady just came.
what I have here is actually the first gun that I purchased. This is a short magazine, the Enfield, or SMLE, as it's abbreviated. And it is an SMLE Mark I star. I will explain that later. So this was the primary British arm during World War One. Mine was made in 1913. So let me try and follow my notes here. So it is chambered. I'm gonna lay this down, but in 303 British, which I'll pass this around here. And this one's actually unique to Guns of the Day because it has a capacity of 10 rounds, which most guns of the time only could hold 5. So that made it a pretty big advantage on the battlefield just because of that alone. However, you did have to arrange the rounds in the gun a little differently because it is a rimmed cartridge, and you had to make sure that they weren't overlapping oddly, or else it might not pick them up. You might get some jams.
Don't they call that like rim lock or something like that?
Yeah, which sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, but you'd rather be safe than sorry. It is also unique in that it is what is called cock on close. So all the bolt guns I've run so far have been cock on open. This one is cock on close, and that's just basically at some point you have to have the torque that arms the gun. You have to have something that
Pulls the
puts the
spring back.
pressure on the firing pin using the spring. So this one just happens to be whenever you close it. So you open it very easily. When you close it, you see that's when you have to have the pressure to close it. But it's also very fast because of the action, so you can do it like this. You can cycle it very fast. Other guns of the time you can't do that just because of the torque that it takes to actually get the bolt open. Those. So this one would have been used like during World War One. Some were used in World War Two, in Korea, and in other conflicts, just because of how many colonies the British had. Canadians used them, the Indians used them, the Australians used them as well. So it saw a ton of service time for, about 80 years. I mean, these are actually still being used in some parts of India. But some of them have been made into basically like pellet guns for police. Really unique. So basically, I'm not going to get into all the history of how this gun came about because it's very long, very convoluted. Basically, it started back in the 1880s when the British got a magazine gun for the first time. It was their last black powder gun. Those were the Lee Metfords, just because they used the action and magazine designed by a guy named Lee, and the rifling in the barrel designed by a guy named Metford. Then the Enfields came about because they were made at the factory at Enfield. So there were Mark 1 and Mark 2 Enfields. They were longer. And then in 1904, they decided to make a universal short rifle. So I know I've kind of gotten into this before. Like, armies would have carbines or cavalry, shorter rifles, and the infantry would have long rifles, their standard rifle. So the British were the first ones to actually have a standard short rifle like this that cavalry and infantry could carry. Very unique in that regard as well. Just a couple of advantages that the British would have had in World War One before everybody else started doing the same thing. Let's see. So basically, this is where it kind of gets interesting with these guns. They're very finicky with their markings. So basically, they would get marks whenever they were upgraded to be modernized, basically. So, if you had, say, a Mark III, but then they added something or took something away, it would be made a Mark III star to show that it was an updated version and that stuff was gone. So, you get into all kinds of wacky things because there were tons of parts that were added or taken away during and before World War One. So you get all kinds of stars, and it's really kind of a headache whenever you're trying to read these things because, unlike the Germans, the British just kind of slap stuff on there, and it's just kind of a culture shock to go from German guns to something like this. Where
So you're saying like a star just means we changed something.
yes,
So there could be a gun out there. How many marks did they make? 4 or 5?
The Mark 1s were the original ones. Number 1 Mark 1. You had number 1 Mark 2. Number 1 Mark 3 was the standard for World War 1.
Okay.
But then during the war you had the number 3 or the number 1 Mark 3 star, which was the update where they took off some things. So like
You can get a Mark 1 star, star, star.
you could theoretically, those do exist, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. That's not what I have. I'll get into what mine actually means in a bit. I'm not going to go into what they changed during the war because mine didn't have that stuff to begin with, just because of when it was made. And I will explain that later. Let's see, where do I go to? All right, time to talk about mine. So, mine I said was made in 1913 at BSA, that is Birmingham's Small Arms, a factory in Birmingham. You'll see on here, it also says, you know, short, the Enfield, 1 star. Oh, you see that whenever I pass it around. So the 1 star is interesting in itself because this was a naval pattern. So the Navy would have had this one. And they were different in that they wanted to use up different ammo at the beginning of the war. So, again, with the Marks, Mark 6 ammo was a bullet that had a rounded nose, and like this stuff here is considered Mark 7 because it's pointed. So, originally, this would have been shot, or would have been shooting bullets with a round nose. So, that affects your sights. So, sights were different. And then once they used up all that ammo, then they changed the sights over for this stuff. So it's all set up for everything like this. Let's see. Also, mine, it's unique because you don't see a ton of those, but it's very rare to find them that have actually never been changed at all. Like most of them have been updated, like this
Mhm.
one, to be fitted with stuff like this. Mine looks entirely different than what an original one would have, but they also had a couple different ones of those. So like 1913 was a different year for like after they had dropped a couple things. So mine already looks different from the original ones.
Mhm.
Uh, but it's very rare to find one that's actually never been altered at all. Mine is just a little bit special because you still hardly ever see these. And mine is also interesting because below that star, it says IP. So that stands for India pattern. So this one, after the war, got shipped to India to be put into service by the Indian Army. And on the backside of where it says everything, the Indians left their mark whenever they refurbished it. So it was done at their factory over there in 1920. So this got outfitted to Indian specifications. And they were different. Like the British were controlling the Indian Army, but the Indian Army was also kind of its own thing. So they had their guns different. So this got outfitted to be like the Indian guns. And that's why some of the parts are different from what it would have been when it originally got made. Because as time went on and they changed parts, uh, it just began to look different. So really, when you get down into this, it's kind of a Franken gun. That's kind of why I call it, because you can look around and you find original British marks, but then you also find Indian marks, and it's just a complete mismatch of parts.
I think this thing is like one of the sweetest looking guns, though, for some reason.
So it is pretty interesting. It's got quite a story, like just because it's been everywhere. I mean, who knows what it's all done. Uh, but yeah, I'll pass that around. You can do whatever and ask questions.
I've actually fired this one already, so I'm.
Yeah, that was. I think I told that story one time on here.
Might as well tell it again. I love that story.
But there is a wooden piece on here, and you can probably see it whenever you look at it. It's like right by where the bolt handle is. There's a piece of wood that had been glued on. And my local gunsmith, I had asked him if that would be a problem to shoot. He's like, "Oh no, it should be fine." So then the first shot I fire with this thing, I hear like a ping, something. I don't know what it was. Looking around, and this piece of wood flew off and hit my water bottle. So
Like
I
a
glued it back
metal-
on.
Like the stainless steel tumbler cup things.
So I had to glue it back on, and hopefully it stays on. But
I had swore, like, my first thought was shell casing, and then I remembered it was a bolt action. So I was like, hold on a sec. It's not like it's it's just a cosmetic thing, but
and really, this is not the most pretty gun.
so that's a matter
Certainly
of
not-
opinion.
Certainly not among the ones that I own. And traditionally it's been kind of held as kind of an uglier gun.
Strong disagree.
Those are just like proof markings. So, like,
these are the Indian markings. Right
Those
here,
should be English ones.
English.
So like E is one of their stampings. That one with the crown, that's a British stamping. So that should actually be the stock that it was given.
I absolutely love the way this gun looks. I don't know why.
And I'm not sure when it would have gotten this stock because some of them have their own stock disc, which is just a unit marking. So it's very possible that it was given another stock during World War One, because those are British markings. Now I'm not sure if the Indians would have had. They should have different ones.
I was there when you purchased this gun as well.
Right.
Got a steal of a deal.
I'm gonna send some pictures into the chat too because I took it apart and cleaned it
You
on
like-
Saturday because it was very, very dirty. I wanted to have it all ready to present, and I'm gonna send these pictures in to just kind of show you guys how many parts actually go into this thing.
I've actually debated buying something similar to this. Like,
You're talking about the next model. That's the number 1 Mark IV.
you see a Mark III for sale somewhere for a good deal, I might think about
Number
it.
4 Mark I. I mean,
So, whenever they made these changes, they made an entire new gun from the factory, or did they take in the old guns out there?
so a lot of this was, yeah, they would be making new guns,
Okay.
but an older gun would also be refurbished
Be the same
to have
or similar.
like the same look as the new ones.
Gotcha.
So
Do you have any idea how many of your gun was produced?
oh geez, I have no idea about the number exactly. Like the number ones. If you're looking for the magazine drop, it is by the trigger. Press it in. There you go.
There's also something you don't see a whole
No,
lot
that's
is
very
detachable
unique. I also
magazines.
thought it was this little bump up here.
Yeah, that's just another swivel for something. Actually, I think that was originally. See, some of these parts get left on that. I'm pretty sure that was actually meant to hold chain that was attached to the magazine, so that way you didn't lose it.
Oh, you
Well,
can
that makes
drop your
sense.
magazine.
Pretty sure that's
Well, that
initially
makes
what it was
sense then.
for.
Like the kind of the design on the magazine itself.
And actually, you can look at the back of the magazine there, and you
has-
can see where the Indians have worked their stuff. So, like, they actually crossed some British stuff out.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
And yeah, you just look all over the gun. You find British markings, you find Indian markings. It's really interesting to go apart and look at.
Where did you find this gun at?
This was at that
The swap meet.
swap meet.
Our local one?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. How old were you when you got this?
This was in 2019.
Okay. Gotcha.
I love this thing. I
Actually,
remember
could've
when you
bought-
bought it, it looked really tough.
Yeah, I've actually done some work on this, and I was going to find some pictures, but I never took pictures of it back then. The stock was really dark.
The whole
That's-
thing was very dark. I mean, it
And
was.
that's kind of it's kind of a thing with Indian guns. I found looking at pictures is that the wood is really, really dark. And part of it is, hand oils get on guns, stocks, and they darken the stocks. But all you do is take soapy water and a rag to it, and that takes off some of that grease. And basically, until you get, the more natural look, just take it off until then. But yeah,
You want to pass it on, or do I need to give it right to him? Okay, I didn't know.
and
Thing's fucking heavy.
whenever I cleaned it with my local gunsmith, had like a ton of, it's called cosmoline, which is basically just like a preservative.
When they ship them
On the wood.
across.
So like it wasn't all over the gun, but like if you took off the wood, it was under there still.
Gotcha.
And basically, it just preserves it. A lot of times you can buy guns from wherever.
Just soaked
Russian
in
guns is-
cosmoline.
Russian guns especially are pretty bad for it, but they'll just be like coated in it. Then you have to take all that shit off.
Yeah, you're not kidding. There is a lot of parts to this.
Yeah. There's a lot of parts there.
So at one point, this gun was probably soaked in cosmoline, and somebody cleaned it off and didn't take the stock off.
Yeah, at some point, probably. Probably spent some time in storage, I would say. Not exactly sure when it came over here because there's no mark on it
For that.
for imports, which I believe the year was 1968 that they had to start putting that on.
So it's pre
So
that.
pre 1968.
Were you looking for this specific gun?
Actually, no,
Absolutely not.
because
You were looking at the Mosin next to it first.
yeah. So there was a Mosin that I remembered seeing at that stand. I wanted to go back and get that. Then I saw this. I'm like, you know what? I want this instead.
This is rarer than a Mosin by far.
well, yeah.
Did you know these markings, what they meant before you bought the gun, or was that after you researched it?
Actually, this was the case that I just I bought it not knowing a whole lot about it.
So you just kind of lucked out on it.
It was a
having
good price.
Background.
I knew what it was,
Right.
but I didn't know a whole lot about it.
Right.
So that's the
Like, I
case
guess
where,
the more like you researched it, the more like, yeah, that's really cool how this gun has this many markings from this country and that country and whatnot.
and actually I couldn't like that Indian stuff on the back. I mean, I saw the IP on this side, but like the Indian stuff on the back side, I couldn't find until I actually cleaned it off.
Really.
And then it wasn't until a couple years ago I actually found out all about the Navy stuff. Because I would always look up Mark 1 star, never find it. Never find out what that was. Shows that they're kind of rare, but just could never find that. So yeah, that was a case where I just kind of bought it for a very good price. That was kind of before, right when they started to kind of really go up in price. Now like guns in this model can't find for like less than 800 generally. I bought this one for 3.
Oh yeah, deal of a
And-
deal.
We wanted the Mosin for that as well, so I really could have bought them for the same
Oh
price.
man, if I'd have known
all
that
together.
nowadays, I'd have bought one for 300. It had a spare stock with it as well.
I would have bought them both.
Yeah.
Just take them both.
Could have got both of them and still had $200
Yeah.
less than what that should cost.
It was a very good deal. I'm very proud of this one. That find.
This was one of the ones though when you got it, like you weren't 100% sure if it was safe to even shoot. Like I
don't know
remember
about
you
that.
like, yeah, I gotta
I
get
mean-
checked out to make sure and
Well, you have to be safe.
Mhm.
You never know. Yeah, that was kind of. Yeah, I had already had my first gun, this kind of era, but then bought this one, and that's kind of a research this kind of stuff. So now I know what I'm looking at generally whenever I buy it, or else I won't. Yeah, I try and know at least some rudimentary knowledge about it, some marks, then that can tell you, if it's got this certain mark worth more or less.
I
A
gotcha.
lot of times.
I'm looking for military surplus stuff. I go, Brennan, what is this? What's about it? Like and he gives me a little information. What's of this?
And it's not like I know a ton. Like I talk to guys at shows I go to, and they know a ton, and I'm not trying to know a ton.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of be,
Just
Uh,
enough for it to be a hobby, pretty much.
yeah,
Especially the ones you actually have. You know quite a bit about. But
but yeah. Then I kind of research them more. Then,
I do the same thing.
so I'm not like well versed in everything, but like I can know what I'm looking at generally.
I don't. Sometimes I can't tell the difference between a Mosin and a Carcano. I mean, it's
Those are pretty easy to actually tell apart once you actually look at them.
once you actually like, I don't see them enough to.
Yeah.
Or if I put them side by side, I could probably point out which one's which from a distance. But I just like the way this one looks for some reason. The shape and style of it, just sweet.
It's definitely unique. It's pretty expensive to produce too. That's personally like the number 4 you're looking at. They made those differently. Like it's very ecumenical gun to produce. That one is. This one was pretty
Economical.
expensive.
Economical.
Ecumenical.
What's the difference?
I don't know. I say it that way.
Okay.
It's probably the British way, actually.
This one's my favorite.
Is it your favorite of the ones I got?
Now, the straight pool's a very close second, though.
See, that's what I think is my most beautiful gun. That's what I'm saying.
Well, the design of those things are just something else.
It's gorgeous.
How they get a straight action to do rotatey things.
Pretty cool. So that's it.
Alrighty.
Any other
Cool.
questions?
One of these days, you guys will actually get to shoot a couple of these.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably, but I think there's going to be a day that we all got to go out and shoot. I know I got to finish building my gun still.
I've yet to shoot my handgun I got from the swap meet.
Okay, I've got like 3 or 4 of them I haven't shot yet. So
Yeah, but you buy a lot more guns than I do, though.
hey, they're
Yeah.
usually cheaper though.
I think
That's
you meant when.
Yeah, that too.
Hey,
No, I have a feel if we ever go out shooting, if we get to that point and my gun's still not built, I might just bring it in a singular round of 308 just to throw it in the chamber and shoot it just to say I shot it. Sights or no sights or whatever.
Fair enough.
got to put the sock on it.
Sock up.
You gonna get a gun cabinet soon?
Well, that'd be nice.
That's it. I'm getting on
Safe would
Facebook
be
Marketplace.
You get on Facebook Marketplace every single time we mention the gun cabinet, or
I
you
always
go and
forget
look
to
at my
look.
gun cabinet, or
Because there's never any good ones nearby enough. Usually they're like 2 hours away
well, I guess you got to make a road trip.
for a gun cabinet that I might not even buy. I get there and find out it's a piece of shit.
You good? That's all part of the gamble. Alrighty. Well, we got anything else for this week, or not really? We should probably plug the socials. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok as BL Hooligans. We are working on posting on them more. Just give us some time. We're going through a different changey period right now with the personal life stuff. You can find us also on Spotify, YouTube, and Twitch as Borderline Hooligans. I'm sure, as always, if you are curious if we're on a social media platform, look up Borderline Hooligans. I'm sure you could find us. You guys got anything, really?
Tell your friends to listen to us, too.
Yeah. Spread of word of mouth. Tell everybody.
Like,
Hey, listen
comment,
to these dumbasses.
share,
Spread like
rate 5 stars.
COVID.
Yeah, spread like COVID. Spread our podcast like COVID. It is toxic.
Don't worry, just like COVID, you won't die.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unless you have
Nice.
prior health issues.
Or you're soft.
I don't think people that are soft will last very long in this. I mean, I literally
That's what I'm
introduced
saying.
with the introduction literally had the word gentle dicks in it, so
Boonga boonga.
Oh, I'm offended.
Good.
I'll leave.
Well then,
Okay, bye.
on that note,
Bye.
Wait, cut.
I can't move my bones.